about a couple of things. First of all, how has your week been?
My week has been quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quiet, didn't do much. Did the Christmas day, stayed at home, made 2 cakes, gave them both away.
What cakes you make?
I made an orange chiffon cake.
Okay, orange chiffon. I was waiting for you to say you make some black cake.
No, I haven't made that yet. I keep saying one day I'm going to tackle it.
That last month.
You had that last month?
I said you should have started that last month.
Yeah, because I don't drink, so that's the last thing on my mind.
I didn't drink too when I first tried it. I think that's what set me down on my road to ruin. Yeah. But so now that said, were you able to meet with to have a meal with someone like we talked about?
Nah, I ate by myself still. My friends met the Monday night, but I had just finished eating not too long, and then they had the call. So I was on the Zoom call with them for about an hour, and then I had another group meeting, and then for an hour, and then another group meeting after that for an hour.
Well, that's okay. We have some time. We can set the goals, and we want to go ahead and still figure out how things are going with you now. So here's my thing would be, or my question would be, is there anything in particular that I can coach you in this session? And if I'm speaking too low, just let me know.
If there's anything
you'd like to be coached particularly in this session.
Wow, didn't think of that one. Ooh, I'm not good for asking for help. I'm not good at asking for help. I'm sorry.
Well, something that in itself is something of interest.
Not good at asking for help.
Is there a reason why you're not good at asking for help?
I think it's because I've had to do most of what I had to do for myself, and I've been able to do most of what I needed to do. And the few times that I did ask folks, they weren't able to fulfill what they say that they would be able to do, or they could do what they say they would do, which at the end was like, okay, fine. So
you like being totally self-sufficient?
Yes. Okay. I don't like having to rely on people too much. One, I think sometimes I get the impression that, or maybe it's just me, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to inconvenience you. And I will try to do as much as I can on my own before I even try to ask you for something like that.
They say God bless the child that has his own, right?
Yep. I remember that from my childhood. They always say that. God bless the child that has his own.
Who said that most in your family?
I think I heard that maybe twice. I remember hearing that. And it was, I think it was just in passing for some conversation. No, but I'm a middle child, so I get hand-me-ups and hand-me-downs.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I want my own stuff.
So now, being the middle child, how do you think that affected your sense of self-reliance and resiliency?
I think first it affected my need for independence.
So with you having, you said you reflected your need for independence. In what way specifically would you say? Or better yet, let me ask you, how did being the sandwich meat in the sandwich affect that?
All right. Yeah. I think that's a bit better in reflecting what I probably, maybe I didn't word it correctly, but I'll put it this way. I'll answer your question. So as a middle, so it was 6 kids.
Wow.
All right. So I'm number 3 from the top.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember from my childhood yes, there are good parts, but I also remember the parts where I've always had to fight or argue with the others, no, and so I think with that made me withdraw. I would prefer be by myself than having to deal with this contention all the time. And so when I was able to have my own room, my own little room, I was happy. I don't have to come upstairs and interact with any of y'all. We can interact downstairs, outside, we can play, we can find, but at that time I have my own space. If I don't want to interact with you, if I think my feelings are hurt, because they always tell me I carry my heart on my sleeve, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you hurt my feelings, I have a way to just withdraw and not have to deal with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't mind being by myself. That was my safe spot, I guess. I got into a sports that I like where depending on my ability to accomplish what it is I need to accomplish. So I did track and field. I did play team sports. I played field hockey. I played netball. I played team sports. But in that world, I was comfortable.
So tell me something. I know that with my growing up in my family, when mom came, put dinner on the table, then we all sat down together for dinner. Did you eat separately or did you eat as a family?
We ate as a family. Yeah, we have lunch as a family. We have food as a family. We'd have breakfast, but I think as we got older, but we would all eat. Even now, for Christmas, we'd eat as a family.
But did you do that this Christmas?
No, because my family is not here. I videotape them. I video chat on the phone. I did have the opportunity to go by a cousin, but I didn't want to go. Inside, I really didn't want to go.
Now, so tell me, when you sat down and you sat down, did everybody have their own space where they sat specifically? This is your seat?
No. I don't remember that. We had a table that fit all of us,
Is it a round table or square table?
Oblong.
Oblong, okay. And so who sat at the end, at either end?
I don't remember.
Where did Daddy sit?
My dad? I don't remember. I think my mom was at one end and my dad was at the other. And we kind of but since it was 6 kids and 2 adults, so most of the times it got to the point I think we'd have. So when we were home, we'll sit at a table. But during the day, I didn't eat at home during the week, like lunch. Because we were at a house, the school we went to had a mess hall. It was a boarding school, so we got to eat in the mess hall. So we didn't eat lunch at home. We'd have breakfast, and we didn't often sit for that. We get breakfast, we eat, the kids would eat. My dad had already gone to work, and then we were out to the house. And we come in for dinner, we'd have dinner. My dad would come in later on, he'll have dinner,
Which one was the least comfortable for you? Eating at home or eating in the boarding school?
Oh, we didn't stay in the boarding school. We ate at the mess, in
Yeah,
the mess hall.
yeah. Which one was most comfortable? Which one was the more comfortable of the two? Or more,
Eating at home.
you say you prefer to eat at home. Okay, but you ate more often if you, when we space out the amount of times in the mess hall.
Yeah, from school, because we went to a private school,
Mm-hmm.
and the school, because my dad worked with the oil company.
Mm-hmm.
So we have lunch, they would provide lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So the bus will take us from the school to the mess hall,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd eat, and then it'll take us back. So it did 2 trips. So the first trip was students who were boarders who stayed there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then we'll come back for those of us who are non-boarders and
Mm-hmm.
take us to the hall.
So tell me about having lunch at the mess hall.
It was all right, I guess. The first time we went there, I was like about 8, 9. And I think it was the first time I had to use knife and fork.
Really?
Yeah. You kind of watch. I was smart enough to know what to do. I knew to watch everybody else and then pick up. You wouldn't know. And then that was in primary school. And then we went to secondary school. We'd get there, get in line, get what you want. No, we got to sit down, I think, and then we go and get what we want. Or we get what we want, and then we go sit at a table. It wasn't too bad. The only thing with that is like my first couple of times, I think my first, because it was my younger sister and I, so we were together. So I didn't go anywhere without her.
Mm-hmm. Are the two of you still close now?
Oh, she passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. I don't know. I think my being years over here, I think I would have to relearn my brothers and sisters.
Sure.
Because I've been away from them for so long.
Yeah.
And they have changed during that 20, 30 years that I've been apart.
Yes, of course.
But in mess hall, I think the first week was sort of strange because I didn't know what I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you get, I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is this? You get steam pudding and custard for dessert. You could either get it with custard or without custard, stew prunes with custard or not, ice cream, chocolate sauce, tart with custard or not, kind of stuff, lamb chops. You kind of, oh, what am I eating today? So after the first week or so, I was like, okay.
Yeah. So, but now you had that meal there, and you had breakfast, and then
it was just lunch.
So you didn't have breakfast at home before you came.
Oh yeah. We have breakfast.
Breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, and then you have dinner in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So how was dinner in the evening?
We have bread and a sandwich and hot chocolate, hot cocoa.
But it wasn't together.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I really can't say.
Yeah.
That's deep somewhere.
Yeah.
Something would have to work to pull that.
Sure.
I think we sat at the kitchen table and would eat. We didn't do the dining room table. So I guess I'm looking in the wrong room. Okay. We do it in the dining room table. Then not the kitchen table in the kitchen. But that's where we would sit and eat. My mom would hover around and we'll sit around that table, we eat and then out the door to get the bus.
Yes. We when I was little, okay, we always ate in the kitchen. The dining room was for
birthdays.
When the guests come, we would all sit in the dining room. But every time else, you sat in the kitchen. Yeah.
Dining room was birthday. If you have birthday, Christmas, dining room was sitting and do your homework. At least I sat. Yeah, we used to do our homework on the dining room table, not the kitchen table, because the living room was next door, and my mom would lie on the couch while we did our homework.
Well, so we did our homework in the dining room as well. So I'm curious about something, because we talked a little bit about about your eating lifestyle. And you said even as when you were running track, you might have one thing and that can that'll keep you going all day. But now in talking, it sounds like you've had at least 2 full meals plus an evening snack sort of thing. And that's a 3-meal deal. So when did the 1 meal fast begin?
I am probably most probably when I came to this country. Well, I'll put it this way, when I was running track on a
You froze up.
weekend, I like cereal.
Okay.
Am I still frozen? So I like cereal.
Okay.
So I would eat a bowl of cereal in the morning and I'll go run track, go to competition. And usually where the competition is being held, there's no really big place for you to buy food. And even so, I know as a competitor, I don't want to eat and then go and run. Those two don't work.
Okay. Let me
Right?
ask you now, is this here? Is this in the back?
This was when I was in Trinidad.
Okay. And roughly how old were you then?
When I started running track after school was 18, 19, into my 20s.
Okay.
Between 76 and 80, 82.
Mhm, mhm. So 76 and 82.
I came to this country in 82.
Okay. Okay. So you're about 18, 19 then. All right. So I'm wondering if you saw yourself as you saw it as a matter of self-discipline to have 1 meal and then run, but just kind of not eating from that point onward?
No, didn't have anything to buy to eat, but the sports meeting was, so I had to deal with what I had.
Okay, there's nothing to eat. Oh, wow.
You could really go anywhere to say, oh, yeah, let me go buy food, and come back. And I think at the time too, I really wasn't walking with a lot of money on me because I would get a ride. I get to the point where I had to get picked up, where the bus will take us. We meet at the clubhouse, and the transport will take us to the sports meeting, and then it will bring us back, right? And then I have money to travel, to pay taxi to go where I need to go, but it wasn't something that I said, okay, I'm going to walk with X amount of dollars so I can buy food.
Yeah.
That wasn't on the agenda.
Okay.
Besides, the sun hot. You don't want to have to eat anything. You don't want to have to use the bathroom too much. You don't know. So you're not going to eat.
Now I'm in a little bit of a pickle right now because my Zoom room is telling me that they're going to close up on me in about 6 minutes, which is okay, but it will just close up, but I'll just probably open it up again, or open up a different one. But I think I was curious because we had asked, remember last time I asked you a question, and the question kind of struck you and stuck with you. You said you got
remember my battle with food. I didn't see it as a battle,
Mm-hmm. Well, ultimately, what are we looking at? What are we learning as far as our relationship with food to our bodies? What have we been learning?
Well, I know I could get along with a lot less than you might think.
Okay, less, yes. But also, it's also maybe the way that we do. It also has an effect, So, can we set this goal? Okay, so we have two goals we want to try to accomplish. Can we arrange to have more than one meal? And I say meal, it doesn't have to be a full plate of food.
I eat.
Okay.
You probably eat too much. I eat every 2 hours sometimes, every 2 hours.
Okay. So,
But maybe probably not the thing people think I should eat, but
okay. So maybe what we can do is talk about refining, sort of bringing back into purpose the number one, our choices, and then number two, our I guess eating with purpose and slowing down. So we talked about trying to have a meal with somebody. You see, so maybe we could set that as a goal again. That sounds like
somebody.
Yeah, on Zoom. At least, remember we talked about that?
Yeah, but I like eating by myself. I never know when I'm going to eat. I may get up and feel hungry and eat, or I may get up and not feel hungry and not eat. Who am I going to eat with? That's the question. Who am I going to eat with?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to ask you to make a list and see who are the most likely ones that would be available. Even if they're not eating, they call you and talk with them, and you have something and just snack on as you chat. Can we do that?
A list of people I can call?
That will talk with you for a few minutes. Like, So the two things. So number one, refine our choices. Number two, find eating partner. We'll just call it that way. And that way we'll be sure that we'll have somebody there, you see. And as we talk, and you talk about work or you talk about the class or what have you, what you might do, and you might even involve your skills lab if you want. If you're doing a skills lab, something like that, that might work too. So whichever direction you go, you'll be able to slow down because you'll say, you'll have your meal and you'll chat a little bit, you take a little bite, savor, let them talk, and then you talk, and then you enjoy the meal. You see?
All right. I have to think about who that or those people might be.
Okay.
Probably a very short list.
That's okay. I'll tell you what. You come up with a list, and here's my official email. It's a CHRYSALIS coaching service.
That's one word.
Yeah, chrysalis.coaching.service, not services.
At Gmail.
At Gmail, yes, ma'am. This is a great opportunity for us to get together. I'm glad that we did. So I'm looking forward to us getting together again. And if you'll email me that list, also email me what you thought about our session tonight. I'd appreciate that too. And if only, if you email me that, and I'll be checking it out.
Okay. Email you the list.
The list and your thoughts on our conversation.
All right.
One thing I like about Zoom, boy, you can press a button, it'll actually make you look better. I think,